everybody, welcome to another episode of Crankin Out Crafts. My name is Lisa and I am back to show you how to do heat embossing. If you joined us last time, I talked a little bit about inks and clear stamps, so I'm going to pull out some of those same supplies again. This time I'm going to add embossing powder, which comes in several different colors. This is just old packaging, but this is black embossing powder, silver, and also a heat tool. This is also an older version, so it is the same as what we carry now, it's just a different color. And I've got a piece of scratch paper. So if you're not familiar with heat embossing, it's kind of hard to see on here, but heat embossing gives you a raised effect on your stamping. And it's kind of shiny. It has kind of a shiny finish to it. But the cool thing is that it's raised. So how we do that is we're going to use the Versamark ink pad that I talked about on the last episode. The good thing about the Versamark is that it's clear and it is slow drying, so you have a lot of time to work with this ink. And that's good when you are doing heat embossing. You don't want anything that dries quickly, because then it'll dry too fast and you won't be able to emboss. So how we are going to do this is I'm just going to stamp this happy birthday stamp. I want this image to be raised right on here. It may be kind of hard to see because the ink is clear. I'm going to cover this up, and you do want to have your embossing powder open and ready, especially if you are working with the ink that's not as slow drying. I'm just going to pour this, and the reason I have the scratch paper on here is so that I can dust off the excess and then later just put this back into my embossing powder container. Give it a little tap to get off all the excess. I'm going to move that to the side because now I'm going to take my heat tool. It's rather loud, like a hair dryer, and it gets really hot, so keep your fingers away. And you'll notice that the paper is starting to curl. That's okay, it'll flatten out, and you'll see that our image is starting to get shiny, and that means it's melting the powder and it's becoming raised. You don't want to overheat, but once you see that everything's nice and shiny, go ahead and take the heat off, and now you've got your nice embossed image. So the powder lasts a long time because you only use a tiny bit at a time, and that is heat embossing. So hope you had fun today. See you next time.